Welcome to There's Layers to This, a live show streaming every Tuesday that blends Web3, art, toads, and lasagna level commentary. Hosted by Valerie and Creatress, the show breaks down blockchain, AI, space tech, and more in a casual and fun way. Enjoy the show.
Hello. Hey, everyone. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. It's another beautiful Tuesday in San Diego. Just another day in paradise. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you encounter a taco, run into a toad, watch our show. Yeah. Thanks for being here. How are you, Val?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I get so excited for the Tuesdays now. For those of you who've been regular, viewers on our show, you can kind of see I've been messing around with the production. And so last week I messed around with AI and we had a few little commercials. This week you might have noticed our intro, what did you think about it, Creatress?
I like it. We're getting more and more legit.
It was giving me what's his name, Fallon, when they have usually the jazz band and the intro, and I was like, ooh, I like this vibe. And so the voice in the beginning is AI. So
Nice.
I talked about how I went to the Canva conference, and so just they've upped their AI voices, which Creatress had showed me before when we did our advertisement that was displayed in a movie theater, and we did a commercial for our show, There's Layers to This, using an AI model plus her voice, and that was all through Canva, and now it's gotten 10 times better. It's crazy how much it's developed and everything. So yeah, I just think this is exciting. So Tuesdays have been my favorite, but are now extra my favorite, because I think we're getting better at our show and production. But yeah, other than that, I'm good. And yeah, this is season 7, episode 3. This is a good one because we've got a guest that we're going to bring on a little bit later in the show, Binks from Third Planet Studio. But if this is your first time here, hello, my name is Valerie, aka V Dizzle. I've been in the Web3 space since May of 2021. I got into NFTs through Gary V, and I won in a giveaway from his VFriends project. And my very first NFT was given to me directly from Gary. And I had offers on OpenSea for $140,000, and I could have sold it, but didn't know the recycles that go up and down. So I didn't sell, but it's totally okay because it's led me down an incredible journey where I've got to meet amazing people like Creators and start projects like There's Layers to This. So what I was doing before Web3, I was in sports medicine doing surgery and rehabilitation with athletes. And then I switched my career over into Web3, doing Web3 events. So I have a Web3 event company called Red Rug Edutainment. And then I'm local here in San Diego. So I also host meetups every single month. We've got an amazing group called San Diego NFT Friends. And stay tuned because we've got an awesome, I guess we can mention Bitcoin Pizza Day coming up on Thursday, May 22nd. So we're partnering with Pizza Day, and this will be the 5th annual one. So I can share more details about that later in the show. But yeah, that's a little bit about me, and I'll bring it over to Creatures.
GM, everybody. So for those of you who don't know me or is your first time tuning in, I'm Creatress. S7E3 Mora is my given name. Government name, if you will. I don't know if I'll be saying my name very, very often from now on. I don't know. Things are heating up in crypto land. But, Creatress is what I go by in the art world, in the Web3 world, in general, honestly. It's what feels like what describes me the best.
Uh-oh. Is she frozen? Am I the one getting rugged? I
Hello?
I hear you.
Am I
There
here?
you are. Yes.
Okay.
You were frozen just for a moment.
I'm not sure what happened there, but sorry about that. So where was I? So creatress is what describes me best. And that's because I am a multidisciplinary artist and I will take any art form that I can possibly get my hands on and I will create with it. So instead of identifying as a painter or a sculptor or a performing artist, I identify as creatress. And I've been in the space since 2017, thanks to XRP. Got reinvested in the space in 2020, the Doge cycle, and 2021. Clubhouse. I joined Clubhouse on January 4th, 2021, and I started learning about NFTs like right at the beginning of the year. Minted my first NFT in 2021. Started collecting, started getting really into the ecosystem. And on November 5th, 2021, during my first NFT NYC, I did my first performance in person, my first public performance ever. It wasn't at the official event, but it was during that week in New York that I first performed. And I have done over 35 performances since then. All primarily at Web3 events. And so that is what I'm most known for, is doing visual art using a VR headset in physical locations with a real live audience and music to go with it. So I have had the pleasure of enjoying so many events, including many that Valerie has organized, as she mentioned. She is a producer of real life events. And so, we got to know each other and joined forces over a year ago on this show that you're watching.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been great, and we were just talking with Binks backstage, like how long we've been doing this, and we kind of lost track, but pretty sure we've been going for over a year now. And Creatress and I have known each other for 4 years now, I think. So yeah, time goes by fast when you're having fun, right?
Definitely. Yeah. So I'm really excited about today. We're already at season 7, which is insane. Because I've always wanted a show with seasons, and like we did it. We've done it 7 times now. And we talk about, whatever is really interesting to us at the time. So we'll get right into it. Today is Earth Day.
Earth Day. The Earth got seasons. The Earth has layers. Oh my God. How about that? The Earth has layers too.
Oh my God. Yes. And we are on its outer layer today. Enjoying the warmth, and then there's the crust, and then there's all the, oh my gosh. Yeah, we could do a whole segment.
I was like, man, when you mentioned crust, immediately my mind went to pizza. I was like, ooh, Bitcoin pizza days coming up, the crust, pizza. I'm already there.
Val came hungry. To the show.
Well, I'm not eating on. I was like, I need to eat on the show today, but I got so distracted, like creating the little intros. So it is what it is. But yes, happy Earth Day. Literally the other day, me and Keegan, we're taking care of our little plants that we have. I don't know if you remember, Creatress, but your sister gave me a plant for my birthday, and the pot had sunflowers. And I'm not the best, plant mother, and I don't know how that thing is surviving, but it's beautiful. It's like luscious and green. And then we also remember like this little pot too that has like hearts on it. And you would like dust off your little thing there on there. You would use it like as a little tray. That thing is still surviving also. It's grown. It's almost like a vine. I don't know. They like the environment there, I guess. So.
I love it. I do remember that made a very good ashtray. Yes, indeed.
Are you doing anything for Earth Day? Anything special? Going outside, getting some flowers for your house? Anything?
I hadn't planned on it, but I will do a very special flower burning ceremony later.
That sounds really interesting. Okay. Do you want to tell us more?
I mean, that's as far as I would go. But all I'll say is that I'm going to be essentially like saging the earth in honor of how beautiful and luscious and
Perfect.
giving the earth is. So yeah,
Love
do a little something. I'll do a little something.
that. Speaking of, ceremonies and stuff, maybe you guys have heard in the news that the Pope has passed away. Right now, there is the ceremony where his casket is open and the public is getting ready to go see him in person. That's a very big thing. But yeah, just wanted to say RIP. And Creatress had mentioned she was seeing these memes go around, and what was that?
Yeah, no, RIP to the Pope, Pope Francis, I believe. Yeah, no, I saw a meme about it, which of course the internet, you know how the internet is. They're quick to start putting a spin on things, a funny spin. They said something about like, the Pope is such a G for holding on because he's had a health problems for a while, but like he held on through the holiday, through like, the resurrection, and I just what a guy, and
Wow.
I don't know if he did that on purpose. If he was like, but considering how big of a holiday it is for the church, like I could imagine that he wanted to be there for it.
Yeah. He's like, who cares about Earth Day? Like, I can be gone. Like, I don't need to be on Earth anymore, but let me be present for Easter at least.
Right. So yeah, shout out to him, RIP. And I just appreciate that he was a more progressive Pope than most. So gotta give it to him. So yeah.
Speaking of progressive, there are lots of things that are trending up. And I believe Bitcoin, for those who are looking at the crypto charts today, Bitcoin is up. And do you know what it's up to?
Yes, at my last check, it is at 91,167 US dollars for one Bitcoin.
Wow. Woo! That's amazing.
We're going back up. We're going back up, guys.
Great job to everybody who bought maybe a year ago when it was 60K something, or even just like a month ago when it was only 82K, 87K, around there, around the 80s. Yeah. So if you're buying at a discount, great job. You made some profit today. Yeah, but I think it's time now. I think we need to bring up our guest. What do you think?
Yes, we have more news to talk about, but we wanna make sure we respect our guest's time. And since we have her here backstage already, we might as well go to the segment, the special guest segment of our show. And after her segment, we will return to our weekly news.
Yeah. So if you're waiting for the space tech news, because I know some of you love that part of our show, don't worry. We're going to share more about it, but right after our guest. And real quick, just wanted to answer SJ's question. She did say, hey, ladies, happy Tuesday. Is this live on X and YouTube or just X? So great news. We are live on YouTube, X, and Abstract. For anyone who doesn't know what Abstract is, it is an on-chain live streaming platform that was brought to you by the Pudgy Penguins. So we are live over there as well. But without further ado, let's bring on the lovely Binks to the stage.
Welcome.
Hey, hello. How are you, Binks? Oh, wait, we have you on mute. There you go. We're good now.
Hello again. Thank you for having me. Do the repeat. Just grinding as usual and scrambling in Web3 circles as we do.
As we do. So yeah, I don't know. I think Creatress has a few questions. I don't know how you wanted to get started, Creatress.
Yeah, no, first question, pretty straightforward. Can you please give us a little intro on who you are?
Who
Thanks.
am I? The question. Sometimes you think these are easy questions, but I'm Banks, founder of Third Planet Studio, and around the music world and Web3 world, I'm known as Band Mom. What Third Planet is a music and art collective where I guess creativity meets technology. And we do a lot of stuff. I'm still trying to get that elevator pitch down because it grows all the time. And when you have a collective of so many amazing, talented creatives, it's like new things pop up and it's like, oh, we can do this, oh, we can do that. And then when we have the bright ideas, it's like, can we do this, can we do that? And then we do it and it's like, yeah, we can.
So can do lady.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff from live events to immersive experiences. We started off with metaverse music festivals, and we're working on an NFT playlist that we're about to launch and drop. We kicked off a tour, and the whole goal is to reimagine how artists connect with their fans. From their craft to building community. Without relying on the traditional gatekeepers, trying to be the positive example for going forward. And we're kind of like a movement. I like to believe that we're ethically part of a big movement for change, positive change. And it's all about creating sustainable artist first futures in both digital and real life spaces.
I love that. And hats off to you. I think you definitely are part of a movement. Creatress always speaks so highly of you and Third Planet Studio. And I don't think I've actually been able to come out to one of your events yet, unfortunately, because I'm always busy running around. But I always hear nothing but positive feedback and how fun and crazy and like of the vibe you create. And I've seen some videos, like Creatress has shown me some videos, and it's very much almost like your background, like with the colors, the bright, like I'm feeling like I'm in the galaxy, like I'm on a third planet somewhere in the space.
I don't believe in limitations. That's kind of why I'm with an Android instead of an iPhone. I don't like limitations. I like customization, and I like to even customize more than what the phones offer you. It's like I need more. Like I have a third party app on my phone just so I can move things around and add more things and just keep it the way. And the same thing with the artists. And when we do the events, it's like they're like, oh, am I allowed to do this, or I'm like, do what you want. I'm like, my goal is to get the stage, get the platform, and let you guys, let the creatives roll with it. And with their craft and their passion and their talent. And, even if it's not perfection, it's experience for mastering that. And if nobody gives them the platform to do that, how are they going to grow? So, that's the goal is giving them that space to be free and explore and experiment.
And you do that. You really do that, Banks. I agree. Just from firsthand experience, like being an artist at one of your events, it's very much like, okay, a lot of events are not artist first. They are sponsor first. And I understand that because obviously sponsorships are incredibly important to put on events. However, there's a very distinct difference. The feeling is different. It's like what I remember asking a couple times, like about set times, and you were just like so open. You're like, look, this is the lineup I came up with. If needed, we can move things around, and or even talking about like the set list, like, oh, we're thinking about doing this kind of music, or we're trying, or these people are gonna, is it okay if we do this? And you're like super open to it. And so I think sometimes in other events, it's like, oh no, we have the sponsors that are going to talk at this time. Like there's no way, you got to go before, or you got to go after. Regardless, it just seems like you're so much more focused on like the artists, like you said, either experimenting or just being more comfortable or just working with them. Because sometimes we have multiple performances that be ready for or whatever. So yeah, I absolutely appreciate the fact that you are very like art focused in that sense, and super appreciated.
Yeah, we definitely don't want you to be stressed because, then you guys can't perform and have that comfort, that's one of the reasons why we do a rider in our, submission forms for performers, even though I left yours at the house, your mango juice and everything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And just the fact that you even have the riders and that you're like thinking about what an artist might want or need, like in that moment, like is so like, yeah.
Wait,
like
what is a rider?
Right. Well, it varies from, what type of tech maybe the artist might need, requirements that they need for, what they need for their performance. And also the added bonus of, my godfather, for example, he's a big famous guitarist and he loves having his Italian charcuterie, platter in the back green room. He loves his Fiji water. He's, picky. And, this is probably like one of my favorite parts of the submission form is, watching what some of these artists put down. This one might like almonds and grapes and a specific water. And then this one, he just wants a hug from band mom. And, it varies. But anything that helps, sometimes it's cough drops, if it's for a singer or something like that, to have things handy, that help them perform, feel more comfortable. I'm real picky. I like Fiji water. It's more coating than like, some of the other waters make me feel like I'm drinking battery acid and it dries me out. And I can't imagine being a singer and having that kind of water. So I would definitely need my Fiji there if I was a singer, but you definitely don't want to hear me sing. So
rider is a section of the application where the artist or the entertainment, the performer writes like any specific requirements that they would prefer to have.
Yeah, any specific, cables they might need, if they do need a microphone, if they need a chair, prefer to perform in a chair or something like that. Anything extra that might be not automatically set up on a stage. And stuff like, and just, because we have such a big lineup sometimes, in our shows. So we can go from a singer songwriter to a full band to, creatress doing her gig with the VR and everything. And all these things are totally different, to the DJs. Now the DJs need a table, to perform and set up on versus, a guitarist doesn't need a table and stuff like that. So just making sure, and we have the program and hopefully, the stage management we have is paying attention and making sure that things are available. It's a learning lesson. We fired one and looking for a new one at this point for Astrofest.
You hear that, guys? She's hiring for New York in June.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say real quick, I don't want to get us too off topic here, but I am curious. What is like the craziest request you've ever gotten?
Hot chicks and would take not so hot chicks.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna say who that was.
No, you can't. You can't share.
I mean, it was a joke, of course, but I would say that was the funniest one of all.
That's hilarious. I love that. Okay, one more question. Well, two more questions. Quick one. That Val got me thinking. How did you come up with the name Third Planet Studio?
Oh God. Okay. Well, this is kind of like my mom's legacy. My mom was a fashion designer, an artist, creative also. She started Third Planet Design back when she was freelancing and doing her work, and when she was alive before she passed away in 2000. And she had the incorporation. So when I started doing event design, I started going under Third Planet Design, and I kind of spelled it with a Z, so it was a little different. And then we moved upstate New York and got some land and started a little hobby farm. So we had like Third Planet Farm. Didn't register that one or anything. We're just Third Planet Farm here, hobby farm. And then when we got into Web3, it was like, just got to keep carrying it on. Third Planet Studio. And the next thing, we're doing Third Planet events. And, I'm probably going to bring back the Third Planet Design in a different, still design and event planning. But, I'm going to start doing all the departments. But Third Planet, Third Planet. It was my mom. My mom.
Wow, I love that. That's a great story. That's some good lore right there. And I gotta say, I got my Third Planet VIP badge over here. It's from the Beyond the Block. Yep. So
Awesome.
Just not to show off or anything, but I got the VIP badge. I'm ready. Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. Val, did you want to comment on that?
Well, I mean, for anyone who knows my story, like I lost my mom in 2020, so my condolences to you too. But yeah, moms are just so special, and it's just like I really love that. That's your mom's legacy, and how cool is that she was a fashion designer, and it runs in the family, the talent apparently. So
yeah, it's because she was a social butterfly also. She was everybody's best friend. She won 13 Ernie Awards, amazing artist. I have a memorial for her in our metaverse, Hyperfi. So I have a bunch of her art and work and stuff that she's done. Not so much the children's clothes, but when she was going to school in FIT, and it's an NFT project I'm working on. I have 117 pieces. Been procrastinating on it because the platform wasn't there for me to do it early on in 2020 when I was coming up with the idea, but now we know how to just do it ourselves. And, I got to get back at that and, trying to carry on her legacy because, even though we had like AOL chat rooms and stuff back then, and she used to love having fun with everybody, there's not much on the internet back then about her. So I figure what better way to carry her on and log her eternal art better than the blockchain.
Hell yeah, I love that. Well, definitely keep us up to date when you get around to building out the collection and stuff. I'd love to see.
It's really cool. It's like red carpet stuff. She got like peacock feathers coming out of. So she was wild.
Oh
if she was here working with me right now.
I can't wait to see it.
Spaces, that's for sure.
I want to see a picture of the Metaverse Memorial also. Please share some photos from that whenever you can. Next time you're in there. Okay, last question is what do you have planned, or what are you excited about with Third Planet this year?
Well, I'm grinding, trying to secure Astrofest. For
what's Astrofest?
Astrofest is our flagship annual event. This year will be our second, if I can pull it off. It's last year we did it registration day of NFT NYC, so we're looking to do the same thing this year. We definitely love the venue that we held it at last year, which is Racket NYC, formerly the Highline Ballroom. Beautiful, beautiful venue. AEG took it over, re-renovated it. It's just absolutely stunning, and the sound system is immaculate. It's probably beats the Sound Factory for sure, by far. But yeah, it's our flagship event, and I got to pull it off. I got to do it. We got to do it every year and grow it every year into a big main event that I have in my timeline, my vision board for Third Planet.
What date is it?
June 24th. And
and
once it's secured, I will officially get it out. Someone had leaked it, from our pitch deck, from trying to find sponsorship. So I'm kind of put on the spot. But yeah, we'll make it happen one way or another. That's for sure.
I believe you will. Yeah. And I was just curious, like the date, just for anyone who might be listening, who may be in New York, want to write this down. June 22nd then.
24th.
Okay. Okay. Cool. In New York. And what's going to be happening there? Like, what kind of lineup or what kind of schedule do you have? It doesn't have to be specific, just like tentative, just a couple. Give us a teaser, just for anyone who's like,
"Oh, a whole paper already." She had it on hand. Like, let me take
it's everything's handy over here. This is. I was searching for this notebook, and this has everything from Astrofest 2024, going all the way back to MVMF, our first in 2021, our first venue, 3-day music festival we did online, and then Decentraland, and all the way to South by Southwest. And yeah, but I want to change it up this year. I want to incorporate a lot of the musicians that, I kind of grew up with and know through family and friends that, I had in mind when I started Third Planet. So I'm going to try to bring them on stage also, because they are highly talented also, not so much in the Web3 zone, but I think coming on stage and hanging out with the Web3 circle, that family, that MetaFam that we have, I think they'll catch on and see the awesomeness that we're all doing. And now they'll understand what all the strange stuff is that I keep posting on Facebook really means, and what we're doing behind the scenes. So, we've got some new artists that we met down in South by Southwest, like Lion's Den. We just worked with him again for, we just got back from Lucid Dream Festival down in Maryland. So we were camping there for 2-3 nights, and that was awesome. And they had domes and pavilions and barns. It was like 100 acres worth of space, and just really awesome vibes. And he's awesome. So we're onboarding him, and we'll be happy to support local also. He's from Syracuse and area, the reservation. So it'll be nice to have him. He's got a lot of, songs with purpose, and it's really, really awesome. And I kind of want to enter him into the Wavies nomination, because I think that would be great. He's a perfect candidate for that. But yeah, and then we have my niece, Talia Fortune, who is a little younger, 2 years younger than my son, Julian. So she's 18 years old. And move over, Rihanna. Wow. I want to get her. Yeah, I want to get her up on stage, and she's been singing since she was little, a baby. So, yeah, and then we've got our Third Planet Circle, Goldilocks, Angel, Adibody, God Cloud. And then I also, I got a couple other that I'm hoping that can make it down to New York from up here. We have a lot of local talent, really good talent locally here in the middle of nowhere. There's not much else to do. So that's what I'm realizing is why they're so talented, because, they really put their all into their passion up here, because we don't have much of a life up here in the woods.
Oh my gosh. That's too funny.
We got to bring them to the city and see how they do on our stage. Give them the big
stage. I love it. It sounds like you got an amazing lineup. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I might be on. I got very much. Well,
that pass you have gives you stage access to every show going forward.
Guys, that's Let's go. I'm super excited.
Cool. You were the first ones to kick off the tour, so you get that special treatment.
Hell yeah.
It pays to show up. I got 80%. It's just showing up. 80% of success is just showing up. So show up, y'all. Okay, yeah. That's all the questions that I have. I don't know if Val has any others. If not, we'll just, is there anything that you want to share? Any call to action?
Well, we are looking for sponsorship. So if anybody out there would like to help support the artists, and so we could keep giving this platform and continue to tour and grow and keep moving. We've got plans all the way through till Miami Art Basel, the end of the year. I'm going to go to Toronto next month for Futurist and Consensus and ETH Women. So, we've got a lot of things that we're hitting and that we can take our sponsors along with us for, because, we're once you're with Third Planet, it's a MetaFam. So we don't leave home without you, whether it's the artist or the sponsors. And I think this is a good way to get a big bulk of exposure and attention versus a one-off event. So it's definitely worth it, not only for the exposure, but for the talent that's involved with it. You guys are just absolutely amazing. And that's why we're doing this. It's all for you guys.
Well, on behalf of the talent, because I know they're not here, but on behalf of myself and all the talent, thank you for everything that you're doing, Banks. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, for anybody who might consider sponsoring Astrofest New York, or or just the whole tour, right? Because like she said, there's many stops that are already like planned out. I completely endorse it as an artist that is part of this event, because like I said, the treatment from Banks and all the production that she does is very focused on the artist. So I feel like if you care about artists and you want to support an event that also cares about artists, this is a good one to put your sponsorship money into. So
yeah, I just got the invite to speak on a panel for the Canadelic Miami.
Let's go. That's right.
I mean, I feel like this is more your department. I'm the one-hit wonder, but
hey, send it over, Banks. But yeah, Val, anything else you want to say? I would just say thank you so much for coming on the show, Banks. It's been on the agenda for a minute. We've been wanting to have you on, and I'm glad we finally got to make it happen.
Yeah, this is awesome. Anytime I'll come back, and love watching you guys and love being there to help you guys grow any way we can.
Yeah, I was just going to say, thank you for the support. And, even though I haven't attended an event just yet, trust me, I've been wanting to so bad. Creatress is always sending me the reminders, and I'm like, it conflicts with X, Y, or Z. But I do want to say, I do see your work and the effort just from not only what I hear and see from Creatress, but just from the other artists. I was watching Dinichi's recap and everything, her videos. By the way, shout out to Dinichi with her awesome content that she puts out there. But yeah, you can really see, I'm sure you don't, I don't know if you ask the artist, hey, make sure you post up content about Third Planet Studio. But I feel like if you treat them right, they're going to want to do it. They're going to want to share how awesome you made them feel, how awesome it was to be a part of the experience and all that. So that's a really good telltale sign. And so I think that is very much needed. And I know you mentioned, you're planning to bring hopefully some local entertainment and your niece. And so I think these events are really, really needed, because it makes me think about my sister. So me and my sister were 10 years apart. She's in her 20s, and I've been bringing her to Web3 events since 2021, I think I want to say. And she's still not fully in it, but every time I've brought her to an event, she gets it more and more and more. And especially when I bring her to these curated events where the artists are put first, it's not going to be the panels and the sponsors, because why would my young 20-year-old sister care? I'm sorry to say, but she's going to be more entertained by the arts, and maybe there's a VR performance, maybe there's musicians, and so that's what really captures, I think, everyday people, is the art and music at the end of the day. So yeah, just wanted to give you your flowers for producing all of this, and going through your notebook, from 2021 and this, and that's really awesome to see. So shout out to you. Thank you for being an awesome creative and builder in the space. It's very much needed.
Yeah, Astrofest last year, we had a live painter, not VR painter, but we had a live painter, Brian Life, and he was up on the mezzanine working on a big, beautiful painting the whole show, and pretty awesome. And then actually a bunch of ladies, we had some other tables up there, and they ended up having a paint party up there all together. So yeah, I brought a whole suitcase of pretty much my little art studio over here. And I was like, have at it, bunch of canvases, get everybody involved in it. Even if you're not an artist, it's fun. And it's nice to see everybody's work in the end.
Yeah. Well, we're planning to be in New York. So I'm putting it on my schedule to make it out to your event. And hopefully there's layers to this. We'll get some content over there. Maybe do a live show. Would be cool too. So
that would be cool.
Yeah, well, we have definitely plenty of areas to accommodate for that. If you wanted to do a little setup and do the interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
So
like
we're
interview
definitely
the
planning on doing
artist.
that this year.
One of Creatress's favorite thing to do, because me and my partner Keegan, we've live streamed her and her performance, and so one of the favorite things that we like to do is interview the artist, like after they finished their performance. And we talked about it on our season finale when we had Maximilian on here, Out of Body, Clay Jean, and Denichi, and just how like they could look back at that like live stream and see the euphoria and the adrenaline coming right off a stage. And that's so
Exactly.
cool. That's not something everybody gets to see, right? It comes and then it goes, but then to have footage of it, it's lasting, you know? So,
I
yeah.
would love to have you and have your own station and get you set up. And if you guys wanted to do that, I think that would be great. And now everybody gets a little piece of the action and participate. So that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, y'all stay tuned. I mean, we're not announcing anything right now. We're just talking, but you know, stay tuned. Stay tuned. That would be super dope. So
it's always stay tuned, because
it's always stay tuned. Yes. more on that. And then okay, before you go, last thing that we'll share on this. So Binks was really generously offered to do a giveaway for our viewers, our loyal listeners. So we are going to be giving away a Third Planet Studio. Is it an all access pass, Binks?
It's an all access pass NFT. And I sent you the link if you wanted to share it. Really, really cool.
Yes.
And
but, tell us, what are the benefits while I pull it up?
Pretty much it gains you entry to any Third Planet Studio ticketed event. If once we start doing, if it's virtual or IRL, it'll gain you access. It'll give you 20% off any merchandise that you would like to purchase. Let's see, what else is it done? Conveniently, let me see. I'm trying to look at my details here. It can grant you backstage tours. We wanted to offer that one-on-one meet and greets and stuff with the artists, and kind of let the fans. Not only do we want to give the artists the experience, that's why we love Racket as a venue, because I love giving them that big bigger stage experience, kind of like being on tour, the green rooms, the rider, and all that, rather than the hole in the wall experience. And I think it's just as important for the fans to kind of get an experience of that also behind the scenes, to have an appreciation of, just, it's a different world. I've done plenty of tours in my time, and, there's a lot of fun backstage, and there's a lot of, tech stuff that goes on backstage also. So I think giving them a piece of that experience can help them have an appreciation for what the artists do, and, be more engaged to be a fan and support what the artists do when they get to see what it all entails.
That's really interesting that you mentioned even like the behind the scenes of like what goes on with the tech, because this reminds me of me and my boyfriend Keegan. We got backstage passes to go see our favorite DJ, Deadmau5, and he was playing at a venue in LA, and he had built this like 3D big model of a cube. It almost looks like a Rubik's cube, but just like 3 sides. And we got to go backstage before he goes live. Like maybe it was like maybe 2 or 3 hours before the show actually started. And you get to see the whole crew, from the lighting and just like everybody bringing the cables, and then them setting up the big like cube stage. And then of course we got to chat with Deadmau5 himself and like talk to him about like, oh, what was his thought process on designing this cube that he uses as his stage. And so that's what it makes me think of, is like, oh yeah, like not only do you get to chat with the artists and ask your burning questions, but then you also kind of get to see the production behind it, like leading up to the show. Like
Exactly. Right now where we're at without sponsorship, I'm kind of limited on, the bells and whistles and actual production that I know I'm capable of and have done in the past on someone else's dime for someone else's party. But now that it's our events, I'm just really looking forward to getting that funding so I can really do my creative part and bring that out into the picture over here. And everybody's always, I paint, I dabble in arts and crafts, but what my true skill is event design, and I can do it on a high level. It's just, it takes money, and we can really, I can go big. I just need some help from the community, to do that for everybody. And it'll definitely be the talk of the town for sure. I know that, no doubts.
I hear Binks, and I have no doubt that you can do all the things that you're saying. And just anybody listening, follow Binks. What is your handle? So if people want to follow you and support.
On Twitter, we're the number 3 Planet Studio. And then Binks 3PS is mine. I feel like everybody follows me, but forgets to follow the company. So follow Third Planet, because that's where all the cool posts go first. And then, thirdplanet.studio. That's our website. And I think we're the number 3 Planet Studio on Instagram also. I'm trying to be better on Instagram.
Love it. And I got the pass up here for anyone who's watching IRL, so you can see. And what for this giveaway, what we'll be doing is we will be picking from our reposts and comments on our live stream threads. So if you commented or if you reposted, retweeted, or you could share it on your Instagram too. If you share like a link to our YouTube, we'll count that as well. You just have to make sure you tag us so that we can see it. So this week and next week, well, do we count both, Val, or between now and up until our next show starts next Tuesday? If you retweet this live stream or YouTube link, just make sure you tag us so we can see it, and we will put everybody in a raffle, and somebody will get to win one of these all access passes. And we will make the announcement of who is winning, who's the winner next week on next week's show.
Yeah,
next week.
Hey,
so you guys have a week. You have a week.
Yeah, right? And with that being said, I think now's a good time too to also mention I'll be giving away some of the T-shirts that we got from the World of Women brunch with. I think it was a collab between World of Women and Sarah Bauman of Women and Weapons. So the size is small and 2 mediums. So I think we can do like first prize winner gets the all access pass, and then second prize winner gets a T-shirt. So yeah, I think there's multiple chances to win some cool giveaways here. But Binks, thank you so much for offering that to our viewers. And am I allowed to enter? I don't know if I'm allowed to enter. I want the all access pass.
Well, if you want to do the live stream interviews, then you get a staff pass.
Okay, all right. Maybe I'll just hold off for that thing.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe let's get Keegan enter. All right, he can enter. One entry per household. No, yeah, seriously though, Binks, thank you so much for offering that. Thank you for your time today. Super appreciate you being a guest on the show, and you'll have to just come back after June and tell us how it went.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys so much. This is awesome, and I love you guys. This is so cool.
I love you. See you next time.
We're doing it.
We'll see you, Binks.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh man, that was a fun guest segment. I always enjoy those. What a good what like so many like serendipitous connections. Well, I'm not even gonna get into it. We'll never finish. But that was fun. Let's see. I'm so excited. There's so much going on.
No, yeah, I was gonna say no, she is awesome, guys. Literally go follow her. Make sure you go and support, because like we said, we need more builders and creatives who are doing these things. Because we can't just always have, too corporate vibes, man. Like Web3 is more than that. Like I mean, look at our show. If that says anything, like can't just be.
We're so corporate. We're so corporate.
One day we should actually like come in like suits and like
yeah, we'll do a more corporate news style reporting. Speaking of the news, we got a couple news left. Let's see. Let's get back to the news segment.
Okay.
Yeah, space news. This is a space news segment.
The space news. I know a lot of you guys love this section of our show or segment because it definitely is my favorite too. And I'm just pulling it up because all right. So there's a couple of things. Okay, first guys. All right, so put it on your calendar. April 25th. So that's in a few days. That's this Friday. On April 25th, there is going to be what they're calling a rare smiley face alignment. And so, you know what a smiley face looks like, right? 2 dots and then a smile, right? So this is a fun little, astrological thing that's going to happen where on that day, on that Friday, there will be a crescent moon, which will be the smile of the face. And then the 2 eyes, do you think they're stars? No, it's not going to be stars. They're actually going to be planets. Venus and Saturn will be the eyes. So you'll be able to see it, with just your eyes. If you want to take out binoculars to get a more crisper view of it, you can, but you'll be able to see it with your naked eye. And so the best time to view it will be at 5:30 a.m. your time. So wherever you are in the world, most people will be able to see this around 5:30 in the morning, wherever you live. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can try and get up that early and see it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll see it maybe even earlier. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Like people are keeping track of these fun little phenomenons, I guess, that happen. And I think it's kind of rare, to be able to see these 2 planets glowing super bright. You'll see them as the eyes, and then the smiley mouth will be the crescent moon. So pretty cool, I would say. Do you think you'll be able to wake up that early and see that?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be tough. I might just wait for the pics in the morning on social media.
I'll try to get one. We'll see. I mean, I was able to stay up for the what was it? The blood moon, right? That just happened like a month or 2 ago, and took some awesome photos of that. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to catch the smiley face for you guys. And then next up in our space news is that there has been potentially a new discovery of life on another planet. Potentially. That's why I'm saying potentially, because so this is a planet called K2-18b. It's about 124 light years away from Earth, and so this planet is actually what they see from their telescopes. It's a planet that looks just like ours, but with no land, only ocean. And so somehow with their instrumentation, they're able to pick up a certain chemical that is emitting from the planet. And I don't have all the information in front of me, so I forget what the actual name of the chemical is. But basically, that this chemical is only released and usually released from a certain type of bacteria that live in our oceans here. And so they're seeing similar patterns that's happening on this planet. And so they're speculating that this could be the first planet truly that has been discovered of life. And when we think of life form, it's not going to be human form. They're speculating it's going to be like in the bacteria form. So there might be these living creatures, very small bacterium that live on this planet, 124 light years away from Earth. So it's really exciting. Of course, they're always finding different things. Literally every day is a new discovery because they have these huge, like the Hubble telescope and the Webster telescope out in space, taking pictures and getting information and getting all these waves. And yeah, so it's pretty crazy. But yeah, what do you think, Creatress? Do you think that planet could have potentially life on it?
I think it sounds like a definite potential. That's different than saying like for sure, but like all the signs are pointing to yes. Yeah, I'm very much of the belief that it's only a matter of time before we find concrete evidence of life on other planets. Just because the math, guys, the math is the math, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I gotta give a shout out to Dan Brown. Dan Brown is an author who wrote about this kind of a scenario, except I believe in his book, which I don't remember the name of right now, I read it over 10 years ago, but in the book they found frozen like extraterrestrial life in like the ice, in like the polar ice caps.
Oh, right.
In the book, right? In the book, right?
Yeah.
And so it was this whole thing, and it was like, it's not that far-fetched now, because like, didn't they just find like a fossilized dinosaur egg? Did you see that on the news? Like, I
wait, on a different planet?
No, here.
Oh, here. Oh, I was like, wait,
yeah.
Oh, in the ice, in our ice? Or
I think it was frozen. Yeah, it was something of that effect, but like it was like perfectly like preserved, however it was. And so, and also, like, weren't there multiple like worms or like some sort of microbes that they animated from that were frozen in ice recently too? So I'm just like, science and fiction are like really kind of coming close right here these days, I find. So
yeah, no, I didn't hear about that, but like I said, there's always something every single day, and it depends, I guess, what kind of news you're following, because sometimes this stuff happens, like, it's not space news, but it's like the geology or archaeology news. So sometimes, like, yeah, I love following some of the government sites that post up about this on the daily. And stuff is not just happening here in the US. Of course not. We've got other countries and stuff, that are doing this work to find out, what are some of the creatures that were here on this planet before humans existed, and then where did those come from? Where did they originate? Were they even originated here on Earth, or were they actually on another planet? And so, yeah, we shall see. I do think that since they're talking about it on this level, I feel like it's probably the highest chances that they've ever found. And I think that's something they said. Like, this is like the highest
probability
or something that like they're actually super excited for. And I think they're waiting for more pictures to come in and stuff. So I think this will continue to develop on this potentially discovery of life on another planet. What if we broke that news? Our next episode.
Oh, man.
We found life on another planet.
That would be wild. And yes, it's the James Webb Telescope that's out there taking these pictures, by the way. And one more thing I wanted to mention about space. So as you can see, I just pulled up this TikTok. I know we're on TikTok now, guys, but like, hear me out. So I'm not sure it'll show it. Girardi, who's an astronaut, who's incredibly active on social media, has been nominated for a Webby Award. So the Webby Award is around like all the best community engagement, because she had so much engagement on her IVF journey. So she's a mom, but she's been wanting to have another child for quite some time, has been super vocal about it, and has been sharing her journey of IVF and going through it. And this round that she just did, she actually lost the baby after making announcements and like being pregnant for about 9 weeks, and she's going through it again. But what's crazy is the Webby that she just won yesterday was, you know, for her journey through her first IVF cycle, which didn't you know, get completed. But now she's on her second one. She's on day 4 of her second one. She's going to try again, and then she just got the news about her Webby, which I thought was really, really cool. And like, I hope it's like an encouraging thing now that she has started again. And yeah, I just think I'm like so invested in her story, because not only do I love space, I love the idea of motherhood. And, you know, we have Mother's Day coming up as well really soon. So yeah, I was just really happy to see that she's trying again. And, you know, she is actually, and she's been to space. So she's someone that I also really look up to. And she's so open about her journey to space. She just was posting about the what is it, the Blue Origin like, yeah, the whole experience. She was there. She went and like watched the whole thing with a bunch of other space girls, as I like to call them, which are really just astronauts that are women that are super active on social media trying to get more women in STEM. So she's one of my favorite astronauts. And I just love that she's so open about her life and her experience as a mom and as a woman in STEM, because we don't have that many out there. And yeah, I just want to wish her the very best on this new journey. And I hope to see another space baby from Miss Kelly Girardi. And yeah, I hope we get to have more announcements about her going to space on our show.
Yeah, she's also one of my favorites, because I think she herself is Latina as well, right?
Oh yeah. There's layers to this. Yeah, and the best layer, yes. I mean, yes, I think she is. I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure she is, from what I remember. And yeah, she's just a strong female. And yeah, shout out to everyone who's going through the IVF journey. I know a couple of Web3 women. It's not my story to share, so I won't say their names. But if you are following them, you might have been able to see some of their posts. And yeah, they're going through their own IVF journey as well. And, you know, it's always heartbreaking when it doesn't take, or, you know, it doesn't complete. But it's pretty amazing that, you know, some of these ladies just don't give up, and they are powerhouses. They already have maybe kids, or they have these extraordinary careers and businesses, and, you know, women can do all the things, just like planet Mother Earth. So yeah, I definitely am feeling the spring and Mother Day vibes coming up here. So, and of course, Binks mentioned her mom and the legacy of Third Planet. So yeah, I think that's coming up. So give a shout out to your moms, you know, for having you exist on this planet. So yeah, what else?
Yes. What else? Fun tie-in. By the way, everything like tied, like Third Planet Studio, moms, band moms,
Space.
Mother's Day, Kelly Girardi, space news. There's layers to this.
There's layers, and it just all wraps up into one thing, like one cohesive thing. It just all intertwines from every angle you look at it. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, things that are coming up, you know, I know we talked about Earth Day, Mother's Day, but also Bitcoin Pizza Day, guys. Yep. Next month, literally a month from today, because today is April 22nd. But on May 22nd, which lands on a Thursday, is the Global Pizza Party, the 5th annual one, co-hosted by Pizza DAO and Stand With Crypto and Unlock Protocol. Yeah, there will be pizza parties all over the world. I believe over 125 different cities around the world take part in hosting their own local pizza party in honor of Bitcoin Pizza Day. And so if no one who or anyone who is new doesn't know what Bitcoin Pizza Day, that is when Laszlo did the first official Bitcoin transaction where he spent 10,000 Bitcoin and bought pizza with it for his family. And at the time, 10,000 Bitcoin was about $41. And so, yeah, 10,000 Bitcoin is a lot more than $41 these days, but it's pretty monumental to celebrate something like that because he really showed, that there is use for this digital currency and that, you can go out and buy pizza. And look how far we've come, because I know we have like the MetaMask cards and stuff. You can just have like this debit card with your crypto on it, go and buy yourself some nice shoes, maybe go buy some groceries, really whatever you can go swipe that MetaMask card, or even if you have the virtual one, tap to pay, you can go and spend your crypto now. So back then, I believe he was using like either email or like Reddit to be like, hey, I have 10,000 Bitcoin. Does anybody want to like help me buy some pizza?
Yeah.
So yeah, he had to go through all those hoops to make it happen. But yeah, nowadays you just kind of connect your wallet and you can get a digital or physical card and go spend your crypto now. So.
Yes. And anyone can go and sign up for the MetaMask digital card. Like now, it's pretty much automatic. The only thing you have to wait on is the metal cards, which I'm unsure when they're actually rolling them out to more people. As of now, as far as I know, there's only 100 people that have the metal cards in the world.
They were supposed to roll them out starting April, but I haven't seen any announcements, so I don't know if that's delayed or I just have missed it. But if you want to go figure it out, you can always go to the MetaMask Twitter and do some digging and see what's up with that.
Yeah, absolutely. GM Maximilian.
GM, and she gives us the heart eyes.
I noticed that she has BTC Con 25 on her thing. So should we make a little teaser announcement possible?
Well, Creatures has some great news. She applied for the press pass, and I believe you got accepted. Did you not?
Accepted. I've been accepted to be part of the press team for the BTC Vegas conference. So has Val.
Yes, me and Keegan, we had applied, and we will also be pressed for the Bitcoin conference out in Vegas. So since we'll be there, Creatures will be there. You add the layers, and what do you get? You get our show. There's
layers to this. Goes to Vegas.
Bitcoin Las Vegas. So stay tuned. We are working towards it, right? So yeah, we've got a lot of exciting things coming up. I know a couple of people have been hitting me up about it. There's a lot of momentum building up, and we're here in California, and Vegas is just next door. So it's kind of like there are no excuses for us to not go. And I know Maximilian's really excited. She says, Vegas, baby. And she's putting her ear out, and she heard the news, and she says, awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you might, anybody want some live coverage of their event, get in touch. We can come and report live from your event for anybody who's not there, or just, for posterity, so that you have videos afterwards and you have a feel of how people were enjoying your event or not enjoying it. Shoot. But usually, I feel like most people
it's really hard to find someone who's like, this was a cool event. It's kind of like we know the events to go to. It's like when we're there, it's probably going to be popping in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, definitely hit us up. You will not be disappointed. I think I've shared on the show before, but I feel like I should share more about it. is that Red Rug Edutainment, we do have the top-notch connectivity. So we have a device called the LiveView Solo, which gives us professional grade connectivity for the live stream. So we can literally live stream remote if you want to take us out on a boat, but I don't think you're going to take us out on a boat in the desert. But if we happen to do a show in the middle of the desert, we could, because of the device we have. And yeah, not many people have that. It's pretty pricey. And yeah, that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, if you need someone who's reliable and can show up and bring the heat, we can. We'll add the heat to the Vegas desert and bring a fun live stream or content to you guys. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And what else? Anything else?
If you guys are hosting an event and want a performance, whether that's in Vegas or anywhere in the world, keep me in mind. Happy to show up anywhere, anytime. Just for the right event, for the right setup, just get in touch. What else? I am looking for sponsorship specifically for ETH Cinco de Mayo, which is happening in Mexico. I would love to show up there and do some live reporting on the ground there, or perhaps do a performance. So get in touch if that sounds interesting. And yeah, outside of that, just happy that we got through another amazing show, another episode. We are 30% into season 7, and 70% into our 10th season anniversary. Just putting it out there. Oh man, for season 10, I feel like we really gotta go all out for every episode or something. I don't know. I'm thinking way ahead here, but I'm just like, man, I don't know.
I'm just like, do I bake a lasagna on camera? Do we meet IRL and eat lasagna on the camera?
Yeah, all of it. Maybe we'll work up to baking it together. Yeah, no, we gotta start brainstorming too, because I'm just like, man, that is gonna be a milestone. The whole thing will be a milestone. So. And that'll be 90 or 91, 2, 3, and up. And season 10 finale will be the 100th episode.
Whew, man, give us ideas, guys. If you've liked and shared our show, also put some comments what you think we should do for the big 10th season and 100th episode. We'll start taking ideas now. It's getting close. We're in season 7 here, so. Yeah, shoot us your ideas. But yeah, I think that concludes our show. If you love what we're doing here, please go share this with your friends, family, and all the things. And also, we are working on trying to grow our channels. We don't share enough, but we do have our own dedicated Twitter and YouTube channel. And so our Twitter is There's Layers, I believe, at There's
Layers 2. T-O.
Oh, T-O. They're at here. Let me put it up here in the comments. There's Layers 2 is our Twitter.
Yes.
All right. And then at There's Layers to this is our YouTube channel. So it's in the comments on YouTube. But yeah, just go like and subscribe. That will really, really help us. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in today. We know you could spend your time anywhere else on a Tuesday. But yeah, this has been season 7, episode 3 of There's Layers to This, where we talk everything from art, Web3, toads, skateboard, lasagna, and vibes. And so, yeah, stay tuned and make sure you retweet to enter into the giveaway to possibly win an all-access pass to Third Planet Studio and or win a T-shirt from World of Women and Women and Weapons. So we'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.